day for me.
It's been
but
a
I'm
day.
gonna do it anyway. The best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Had to bring it in with the wolf pack for a little bit, man, because I feel like we the wolf pack of this thing, man. That victory got me feeling good too. So
Yeah, man. I'm feeling great, man. Myself.
Hey, let me
A win
just
is
say
a win
this,
too.
man. A win is a win, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a long day. Y'all know that behind the scenes, but I'm happy to see y'all boys, man.
Yeah.
It's something about being able to talk Cowboys. John Machota will be on the way. So I had a few plans. I had the topic set up. They're not on the screen. We're gonna try to get everything fixed up in here. But until then, fellas, let's just do a check-in. How y'all doing, man? How was y'all day? I just feel like we just got
first we need to check in with you, brother, man.
Yeah.
Like what you good? I know you not
okay?
I know, you know what I'm saying, but we here.
Yeah.
We here for you, bro.
Man, when I tell y'all it's always something, and it's so crazy. You know, I was telling Sky earlier, I hadn't got a chance to talk to you long. I'm like, man, when the Cowboys win, we just go a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about this. I didn't mess my boys' week.
Sky, you can't make it up. It's a movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to let y'all in too much, but I will say this, Sky. Prayerfully, this means that Sunday we got some good mojo coming, and we get
There we go.
Birds kind of town. But I'll just do this as we wait on Machota and as we talk.
He's having plane. There was something wrong
A
with
plane
his
delay.
flight. Yeah, so that's why he's a little running behind y'all.
Yeah. I guess the biggest news is obviously the win, but I wanted to ask you all, because we always go with brunts on the ground. So let's kind of do some brunts on the ground and let's start with.
We could call it brunts to ass.
BTA all the way. Yeah.
I like that. I like that so much. And let's there we go. There we go.
Well,
we got the best team in the world.
Roll up out of here. Hold on.
Hey, when I tell y'all we got the best team in the world, man.
Yeah. Well, we look better already, though. Good Lord.
Best team in the world, Law.
Yeah.
Shout out to our team back door holding us down. All right. Now let me ask you this still. Let's talk about one of the high topics. Well, not high maintenance topics, but one of the action items as far as CeeDee Lamb and Pickens getting benched.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
What would I wanted to start here, just get this out the way.
I forgot that was actually a big topic. Can I be just honest?
Go ahead.
That wasn't that big of a deal to me. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a little bit. Maybe I'm too nonchalant about it, but I do think removing that bias aspect of it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Thing is that at least he is sending a message to the team that, like you said, nobody is above the program.
Right.
And the reason why I think it's not a big deal to me is because this is how programs operate. Like, no matter who you are, if you don't follow the rules, if you don't, if you're not in your room at a certain time, if you're out there, on the strip and things like that, you got to be disciplined. Everybody's done this before. So I don't know why they made it such a big deal. I don't know. Maybe it's because the new age, media, whatever, I guess. But shouts out to Shotty for sending the message. But I feel like this is a normal thing to do. That's why it didn't strike me as a big deal.
Well, I look at it like this. That was over $130 million sitting on the sideline. And that means that ultimately that Schottenheimer calling the shots. And shout out to the caller. I had a show this morning, and it was 100 grand who said, when was the last time a head coach for the Cowboys had this type of control outside of probably a Bill Parcells?
To be fair, they literally benched Ezekiel Elliott last year. And matter of fact, they did one worse. They told his ass to stay home.
Yeah.
He said, don't come to Atlanta. So I get what he's saying, but it literally happened with the coach who I think was just as much of a puppet last. They're all puppets under Jerry. They're all puppets. But it happens, you know what I'm saying? But I think the reason why this might have been a bigger deal, is not a washed up player. it's your offense. Those
right.
Your offense right here, and you benched them on prime time at that. You bench them at 1:00 against the Jets. No one bats an eye.
Right.
Trayvon Diggs was benched against the Bears. No, it wasn't headlining news the next day.
Right.
But when you bench CeeDee Lamb and you bench George Pickens on Monday Night Football, oh yeah. Oh yeah. It makes plenty of sense there. Yep.
I think for me, I like Shotty's consistency. I like that because you can't. These guys are looking at how you handle every situation, right? And you said it, Scott. He's not you didn't bench Ryan. I mean, not even Ryan from Ryan. I mean, this isn't Jalen Brooks or somebody. I know he's not on the roster no more. You benched your offense, and it showed. That first drive was a pumpkin, but I liked it. Honestly, I liked it. I will say that Shotty, he hasn't lost me much this season. The little red zone stuff, the brain farts, that's cool. But the message, how he's handled certain things, I do like that law. Like I like it, and I think that the team looks at that and says, okay, he's fair. I got to be, you know what I mean? Because, I could read between the lines. I could tell CD. I know CD being like knowing him. I could tell not that he was thrown off by it, but you could tell he didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
Pickens was like, he tried to put up this is about the personnel and this is a scheme.
He tried to keep it close to the vest. Hey, Pick, the cat's out the bag, brother.
Oh,
yeah. Told us.
Yeah, our fan Picking. One thing you're gonna learn about the Cowboys, some investigative.
Yeah. Investigation for the nation, indeed. Yeah.
Matter of fact, the person who broke that they were whatchamacallit, John broke it, I think mid second quarter or something. He broke it like during the game.
Yeah, him and Nick were on it.
Yeah, they were on it, and I mean, I really did like that. So, I guess we'll just go. Let's go with a few standouts before we talk about the defense, in Pickens and just the win in general. Give me 2 offensive standouts, Sky. Then I'll get 2 offensive standouts from you, Law, and then we'll go defensively, and that'll turn us into defense as well.
Okay.
So give me 2, or I can start if you want.
Well, I don't want to use Pickens because we're going to go in the deep, like we're going to go deep dive on Pickens, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, that's on the menu. Yep,
that's an obvious
menu
there.
Yeah,
on the menu, Law.
I mean, on Twitter, I reposted about Pat had dropped all the stats for the tackles in this game, and the stats are funny. I don't always just like to go off of pure stats when it comes to offensive linemen. I have to go watch it to see just how much it added up. And for the most part, I'd say probably 80% of those stats added up for sure. I thought the tackles held up well in pass pro in this game. Tyler Guy, I said this on my show last week. I said, you want to see some consistency of dominance from Guyton. We haven't seen that in a game, let alone multiple weeks, just in a game, like consistent. I saw some of it in this game on Sunday where it was like, oh, that right there, that movement, that hit, that punch, that consistency. Now, he did miss sometimes and technique got a little funny, what have you. So we now want to see him stack. But I saw what made the Cowboys look at him coming out. And with Terrence, who had to go up against Max Crosby for I think like 90% of his snaps over there, and he was on the island for over 70% of them, didn't give up a sack. And you would have told me coming to this game, I'd have said there's no way Cuzzo not giving up a sack.
Right.
Did he give up some pressures? Did he get beat by Max? Yes.
Yeah.
Non-Max Crosby guys totally dominated him. I don't think anybody got a pressure on Terrence that wasn't Max Crosby. So I'm not going to go with an individual. Actually, yeah, I'll give you 2. The tackles. Give me the tackles. Give me the tackles in that game.
Which, before you go, Law, me and Sky, we do our.
Hey Dre, the flopping was crazy. Tyler Guyton with the flop was crazy.
With the Academy Award goes to
y'all know why I like it. Y'all know why I like it, because that could have got them a 15-yard penalty. I loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, come on,
bro. That dude should have got he should
have got thrown out.
That was a punch. That was a real punch, bro.
Right.
But you know what I liked about it though, y'all? that Tyler Guyton over there getting in these guys' heads. Like he's
pause.
There's a play.
Why we gotta pause that long?
I just gotta say it. I just want to say it. Look, comedy relief. Keep going, Sky.
There's a play on film where, and this shows me where, okay, I don't know if it was Booker showing up. I don't know if he heard the noise. Tyler Guyton, he's showing a little dog sometimes. There was a play where Max Crosby, he kind of faint rushed. He faked upfield, and he was, I don't know if he's spying or he read the play. I think Tyler Guyton short set, so he read the play, pulled back, and Dak threw it out. I don't know if it was a quick screen, whatever. And he always asked to go make the play. Tyler Guyton follows Max Crosby. He's trying to seek and take his head off, and he misses by this much. He's trying to take Max Crosby out the game with this hit, and Max didn't see it coming. He just happened to fall, and I'm like, oh, okay. So he's looking for that kind of work. He's not just looking to play patty kicking. No, he's looking to take somebody's head off. So there was some good growth with Guyton in that game.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, Sky. I couldn't be more pleased because for a while I was looking crazy. Remember, I was really high on him because of his footwork, but the hands just weren't there. And with his temperament, I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I don't know if he'll ever be a Hall of Fame Tyron Smith, but if he can just be good, or just above average, that's it. That's it right there. Especially with the way that Dak's able to step up, and Dak's footwork looks really good.
By the way, the sack that Crosby got wasn't on any of the tackles. He just looped all the way around. Yeah. And Dak tried to scramble, and then that's where Crosby got that on, like, I want to say Dak had the ball for like 5-6 seconds when he was scrambling. And it wasn't upfield on Terrence's side. He looped all the way around from the other side. If you guys want to go back and check it out.
Yeah.
Law, give me 2 offensive standouts.
Well, my 2 offensive standout, I'm gonna go with the ancillary pieces. And that will be Ryan.
What a great word.
Yes, indeed. Because sometimes you got to stand tall in it, and Ryan Flanoy was able to do that. I'm thinking that he's becoming more of like a red zone guy too. If you can, when you get into that area, we know the attention going to go to Lamb and Pickens, and to a degree, Jake Ferguson. So I like what he was able to do in the game of being able to just keep flow going. The other ancillary piece I'm going to put out there is Malik Davis. I've been fighting and campaigning for him to be an alternate running back for us. He averaged 5 yards per tote. That's something that you look for as a spell back, guy to come in, be a change of pace to a degree. I'm still having reservations a little bit on Javonte Williams' run pattern. I think that he's having little issues with holding on to the ball. But I do like overall what Javonte Williams been doing. But my 2 standouts out would be the Ryan Flanoy and as well as Malik Davis.
Yeah, I thought Javonte Williams, his rushing totals were good, but I didn't like his vision yesterday.
That's crazy. We didn't talk about it, and I said it a few times.
Yesterday, you said it?
I said it to him. I was like, we haven't even talked about Javonte. We were talking about everybody else but Javonte today. And I said that to myself, like, man, it was a couple.
You saw like he had the back door on a few runs.
So I think he's just trying to get what he can get, like where the play is designed to go. And I think it was Ezekiel Elliott who had brought this up. Sometimes the play is, I know this sounds crazy, but it's only designed to get 3 because we know we're getting a big, a stacked box. We're running straight at the A gap. We're not doing anything crazy. Get you 3. And those were times where I'd be like, damn, but if you look over there, bro, you get 7 to 10. But I think he's done that a lot this year, which is why I think he needed a complimentary back that has that type of vision and burst that likes to bounce it outside sometimes.
Yeah, I see. I'm going to disagree with you, Dre. And there were lanes. Cooper Beebe was climbing next level really well on the backers. It just, the creativity, like Sky saying, the creativity just wasn't there for me yesterday. And you know what, Law? You're right about Malik Davis. He hit it. Like, he had a few runs that I'm like, hey, look. I mean, I don't think that he's like your future
right,
or anything, but I mean, you're. I was talking to Sky about this. So me and Sky have our Monday after the game debriefing, and at some point you're gonna have to have another back if you want to take this thing serious and try to make a real run. You're gonna need another set of legs to hit it. My standout, man, I love the way Cooper Beebe played. I know it's kind of going under the radar, but he was good on
back-to-back
tape.
weeks now for him on tape.
And you're gonna need him next week. Like he has to play like all pro BB. And yesterday was some of that. He was getting next level. He moved so well. It's a clear difference between him and Hoffman when they're in there. And then Hunter Lupke. And I guess you get that, man. People are saying in the chat, but I was going, that is
in the past game, and yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
That's a Shoddy special to me. And I guess we can give Shoddy those same. I was borderline about to be critical of Shoddy, and I wanted to see how he put together his play calling sequence. And early it was kind of stale, kind of and we know, because of the CD and Pickens. Okay, was that when we found out? But then it's like once he found it, it rolled.
Roll with it, yeah.
The play action hits were good. He played the hits last night, Sky. He played the hits. He got in his DJ bag. So those are my two. Hunter Lupke, just a nice little change up. I think that people are realizing like, hey, the flats are gonna be Jake Ferguson's world. So now let's add this fullback, and you guys figured about him,
right?
And even y'all, I wish they leaned more into this. And I would like them to lean more into Brevin Spann even if it's just a blocker.
Yeah.
I mean, he does the block and stuff, but so I'm getting to the point now, and I've been advocating. We all have been advocating for more Hunter Lupke, specifically run game, pass game. So I thought he looked the same in blocking, which he looks worse than he looked his rookie year as a blocker. But he's still a weapon, I think, as a offensive skill guy. But damn it, if you're not going to give Hunter Lupke the ball more, at least 3 touches or something like that, give it to Spann. Let Spann Ford do that move stuff, play action, leak out in the flats, get up, because that dude I think could be more dynamic after the catch than Hunter Lupke. So I'm with you, bro. Like, how is Schoonmaker still out snapping this guy? I don't get what is Lundewell seeing on film that says, hey, we're gonna play Luke Schoonmaker over him.
Right. I don't get it.
Hey, Sky, there was a chess match. I know you would appreciate this. I know you would too, Law, but there was the chess match within the chess match with 2 great coordinators in McVay and Mike McDonald. I don't know if anybody in the chat watched the Seattle game. We'll get back to Cowboys, but how much they line up in that 12 and 13 versus if McDonald's going to play with his big nickel. They drafted a kid, Eamon Ward. I've been doing a deep dive on McDonald because I want to poach somebody off that staff to run our defense, but the thing is like what we have the horses to lean into more 12 and 13 if we wanted to with Schoon. I mean, no, not Schoon, with Ferg and
Ford,
and
even
Ford.
Lipke, if you want to throw him in there.
Yeah, because I mean, teams. I saw it was funny yesterday when I saw the big linebacker that came up and blew. I think he smoked Javonte Williams, and the next play he was right out. So like teams will match. And then some teams will play it. They're going to play their base personnel, and then some teams are like, oh, they got these tight ends in here. We're bringing in our big guys. So, I would like to see Shoddy do a little bit more of that, but I think you're spot on, Sky.
Not running 12 and more to me is the surprise of the season for offensively,
right?
Because Clayton Adams in Arizona, they ran a shit ton. They were top 5, top 10. Wow. Those 2 years in 12 personnel. Dallas is last time I checked, they were like 23rd. So I am shocked they don't run more. They'll start off like that,
right?
And then they won't do much of it the rest of the game.
I think too. Yeah, because those 12 personnel and makes those big backers stay on the field.
Right,
you can just run right past them, and Ferg is gonna hit the overs. You can still keep your 2 receivers out there. So, all right, let's transition to the defensive side of the ball. And Law, I'll start with you. Yeah, and guys, please take your time because that
was fun film, bro.
Yeah, man. I what's so funny about the community? What I love our community when we on a roll like this. I feel like everybody took something different, right? Like, and I'll speak on it when it's my turn. But Law, give me your just give me your flat out recap from the defense. And then we'll go to you, Sky.
I'm just looking at the way that they were able to get the 3 and outs, man. Yeah, and I get it. It's the Raiders. I get all of that. But every quarterback that we faced looked like a gold jacket guy, right? And up until last night, and I like this because the way we were able to see every level grow. And number 34 to me looked like an avatar out there, man. He was just so
His
tall and
arms are
rangy,
so
man.
long.
Yeah,
Law, you
yeah,
weren't lying.
Scratch his
yeah.
knees standing up. It's crazy.
And to be able to just see him out there, knowing that this is going to get better because these guys going to get a chance to play with each other, and when Overshown get his playing legs up under him, it's going to get even better. So I'm looking at Deron Bland. He's fighting, going towards balls now because of the fact that we're getting pressure up front, and we're not relying on Osa Odighizuwa for the full entirety of the game now because he can rotate in. And what we're seeing out of this defense, this is just the beginning because it's about to get better because Perion Winfrey is on his way now. So, and 55 is going to gel better now. So I'm looking at all of those things. I'm excited for these next 7 games because now I know for sure that damn Eberflus can cook with the right silverware.
Good stuff, Law. Sky.
I'm home in 22 minutes. How the you go 22 minutes and they mention Quentin Williams at all?
Yo, we broke a record. I'm so loud.
What?
I forgot where I'm at.
Bro, somebody, I wasn't thinking about this till I saw it next to each other. Somebody said, was this the greatest come up ever? Went from Mozzie Smith to Quentin.
Quentin
was noticeable. But all jokes aside, man, Quentin was just fantastic. Which again, if you looked up the Raiders going into this game, the interior was their weakness. They were playing some backups. Their interior is not good. I figured they was going to feast, man. They did that. But man, just the speed. I wrote down here so I don't forget. The defensive team speed is night and day from weeks 1 to whatever, right? And that includes the interior. Because Quentin, again, sorry for the stands out there, but Mozzie Smith, Quentin, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. When you have him out there and Clark out there as much as they were with Osa too. Now Osa did play a lot of snaps. There's a complete difference in the violence and the quickness I should use for the big fellas. The quickness on that interior. We weren't getting quick pressures anywhere all year. Not on the outside, not on the inside, anywhere. Insert Quentin Williams. Yes, I get it. Backups and whatever. And instantly, you're seeing instant pressure. What does that do? It allows the back end to play a little bit more aggressive. Deron Bland looked like old Deron Bland going after some of these PBUs. I didn't see him play that aggressive all year. You were dead on with Revel. I dropped my film earlier on Revel. That was some fun film to watch. Speed. You're seeing the speed difference between him and the other guys. He's also smart as hell, physical. We talked about this on the phone, but I think they allowed him to play more press than we've seen that opposite corner play all year. He probably has to understand his depth a little bit more when they play off. But when he was up pressing, he didn't lose a single rep.
I didn't mind that flag, by the way. I was sitting there saying, like,
Scott, remember I told you that? I told him, Law, that's crazy. We're on the same page. Law. I told him that on the phone. I said, bro, I like it.
Don't let that deter you. Because if you watch his tape, and I asked his dad about this, I said, hey, man, like, your son is so physical, plays in phase, wants to get hands on it, wants to make the referee force you to throw that flag. And he did that in this game. And if I am Flus, I'm coming to that young man. Hey, come here. Do it again. Don't stop. Keep that energy. Don't let that deter you from being who you are. But man, that was an impressive debut. Carson stacking days. I think you're seeing again speed with Overshown. He wasn't popping on tape or anything like that, but he had a play. I think it was the loss. No. Was it the loss? I think it might have been the loss, -3, where he chased that thing down. He just didn't get there first. Somebody else did. So you saw that burst that he has. Not crazy film, but man, it's just exciting. Naming all these players because it was exciting to see everybody. I said this going into this game. This offense was the perfect offense to give 6 new players coming back.
Most certainly.
if you would have ran him up against the Lions or something, it might have been a little weird because the Lions make you think a whole lot. This offense is not good, so it was like a D2 team, right? You want to see a D1 Alabama beat Appalachian State, right? Like back when Appalachian State was Appalachian State. Like that's what you want to see, because if they came out there and they played down to competition and lost, or it was a close game, we'd be having a totally different discussion.
Yeah. And the good thing about it is that Quentin Williams motor mixed in with Kenny Clark motor. Oh my God, them guys. And it never turns off with Osa, and knowing that if we get Perry on into this thing, it's going to be nice. And we got a Malik Hooker sighting, right? Hit a tackle for loss, man. The guy came out there and showcased his talent. So on all three levels, man, the defense improved yesterday.
One more thing too, I was very interested to see just how much Logan Wilson would eat into the snap count of Murray, because Kenneth Murray has played 100% of the snaps, y'all. Like there's only one game I think he didn't. That's when he got banged up. Kenneth Murray 40-something% of the snaps. Logan Wilson 56. This is the most snaps percent that he's played since week 5, and I thought he looked comfortable out there. He again, not a lot of run plays. They didn't run the ball a lot, only 5 run plays, but he did have a snap. You guys go back and look where he engages with the lineman. He extends, peeks, sheds, but somebody else got the tackle. But you see the fundamentals that we kind of hadn't seen from a Kenneth Murray, who's run, hit, and just go. You saw some of the fundamentals from Logan Wilson. So I felt like everybody that came back showed something to get excited about moving forward.
Big facts.
Man, 700 people in here.
Shouts out to them.
Shout out to y'all boys. Y'all hit the nail on the head. I just want to add to something, piggyback on something that Skywalker Steele just said. Fundamentals. I watched these guys run three-man match. I watched them run cover 2. I watched them play man. I watched them play Tampa 2. They lined Hooker up dead in the middle of the field. They had 2 safeties on a roof with them, and they played it like they just lined up in 2. I was talking to Cody about that coverage. I was like, oh, this is interesting. They did some things that I said, okay. And the biggest thing that I took from yesterday, guys, they tackled. Like, I'm okay with the catch. Get him to the ground. My coach said it all the time. You gave up a catch. Okay. Tackle him. Don't. It can't be a tackle and now it's 20 yards, or a tackle and it's, he's running through our defense. Can't have that stuff. And I thought that they did a good job with that. They had that one drive where they play action us to death, which was interesting because they had run the ball well. So I'm like, why are you guys? But I went back and watched, and Sam Williams wasn't setting a great edge, and he was just really overextending. So he was allowing Geno that lane to roll.
Demo got caught too.
Yeah, he did on that. Yeah, I know exactly what play you're talking about. And they snuck. They had that big personnel grouping out there, Sky, and they snuck that tight end.
He's trying to get somebody. That's what that was.
Man, they snuck that tight end. I'm like, I get it, because they probably had never seen that guy on tape catch a pass. So, and he ran a little like short corner route. But the point is just fundamentals, man. Like this defense is built to be complementary to this offense, right? You're not winning because of this defense. So to me, if you're tackling and you're getting red zone stops, this offense can score points. What you can't do is have these guys scoring in 1 play, 2 plays. It's, it was at a point, it was just disgusting. And so and then the interior pressure was really cool to see. Consistent interior pressure. I said this, my early thoughts on the D-line, because I watched the tape on the offense, but I really watched the tape back on the defense probably about twice. My early take was Kenny Clark was actually your best D tackle. Then I went back and said, well,
that's all.
Nah, you see, I was like, nah, I can't decide who was the best, because you could tell Quentin still learning the calls, Sky. That's what I thought. Like you could tell, like there was a loop or a stunt.
Yeah, they weren't stunting great.
Yeah, bro. And I was like,
I like it. I was like, just let Quentin get upfield. Fuck this stunt.
It was ugly but deadly to a degree. Yeah.
I still don't think we got the stunt.
They did this weird line. I was like, nah, don't do that, y'all. Just don't get cute. So
that's what I said.
I was like, bro, just let him just beat.
You don't got that ultimate stunt guy. I think Voldemort and D-Law were amazing at stunting and setting it up. I don't think you have that right now. So just let these boys feast upfield.
Let these guys come on field. And I thought that reason, man, Sky, you said it. Kenny Clark is now back where he should be playing the 3.
Yeah.
And he looked like an all-pro 3. Like, he looked good, bro. Like, and so he early on, but not to get long-winded. Obviously, Quentin Williams, what a debut, bro. Like, you could tell he knows how good he is. You could tell his bag is wide open. And Osa, like, I've been hard on Osa this year. I've been very hard on Osa. By far his best game. But I'm going to tell y'all something. It's different when you see 2 guys in front of you that can do it, and you like,
oh yeah.
If you go listen,
you don't know when you gonna play again.
You go listen to his audio, and I'm not saying he's happy to have Quentin. But I don't think he was throwing a party.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was throwing a party. Which, hey, buddy, play better.
Hey, at the end of the day, we all know Quentin Williams was the one that got away. They originally wanted him, right? So I think that Osa, he kind of get the picture, and
well, you have to understand they wanted him in tandem with Osa at the time. Remember that?
Yeah.
It wasn't Clark wasn't here. They was they called the Jets to say, look, we'll give you Micah, you give us plus Quentin, and they said, nah, we good. So now it's, you still want another defensive tackle? We got Clark here with me.
But you think Clark is a rental at this point? And I hate to bring that up.
I hope not. I mean, Stephen Jones would be like, yes.
Yeah.
But I hope not, bro.
You have the ability
to figure something. I figured out a way.
You gotta work something out. You get what I'm saying?
I had to pick between him and by the way, I know you was with your boy today, but
with him.
Veneers is crazy.
Whoa, wait.
Veneers is hey, big dog. Those Veneers is crazy.
You know,
I mean,
I be wanting to get people, when you get your teeth done, there's actually, you can go to these guys, they do the makeovers and make it look somewhat real. Hey, the veneers look a little good. So you talking about he had these in his mouth like this?
He could, hey dog, I don't know where he went, but he need to go back get money.
He got,
but yeah, man,
he got the.
Osa Digazoo was Veneers is great. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I think they'll have to make a decision in the offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, my decision, man. Osa, I love you. Kenny Clark different.
Kenny Clark,
bro. I'm telling you this.
Next to Quentin,
it looked different, didn't this guy? It just looked different, bro. From the snap, from the first snap. You like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You know what I mean?
With them, they're no offense to, I'm not saying it's not a defensive tackle. They're legitimately built like defensive tackles.
They are.
You know, Kenny go 310 or so. They say Quentin 303. Quentin like 310 probably is damn.
310
too. Is a big boy. And he plays strong. Osa 280. And during the season, you're gonna lose some weight, so he probably like 275. And it's like, man, he's fine for this year because he ain't going nowhere. But next year, boy, if I could upgrade elsewhere because of me, using him as a chip, think about it. But that's 26 probably.
You know the thing about it, though, Sky. When you look at Osa's build, he's built like a body, like he's cut up.
Yeah,
when you look at them, like you said, they're built like D tackles. They're built kind of chubby, stomach. Like that's but but like they're built like D tackles, and you're right. I completely agree with you. Still like that when I say like it looked different, like you could literally see a space that you're not gonna get these runs off on these guys because you can't move them.
Can't move them, and it's no knock on him because every time we bring this up, and you literally have 3 guys and you can only play 2 defense unless you do 5-man or you go 3-4 or what have you, but.
Hey man, I get exactly what you're saying, man. We need belly over knees, guys, man.
Hey, you know what? I was gonna ask y'all this. Would you guys bring back Clowney? I like the way he's played, man.
Oh, he got a little burst to him, man. And him and Ezraku, I got a chance to meet with him tonight as well. And them boys, man, they are excited about Quentin Williams because this gives them so much wiggle room to really do things, man. And I was saying. I really look at tackles for losses just as well as sacks. And by him, the guy, Donovan Ezaraku, getting two tackles for losses.
Oh, he's
going to be even it's going to be even more of a thing for the Cowboys to get these type of pressure, because I think against the Eagles, I know we're going to talk more about them on Thursday. They missing 2 offensive linemen, so they are already chomping at the bits of what they're going to be able to do on the field.
Law, I'm going to give you a teaser about the Eagles. The Eagles haven't been running the ball with their starters. They have not been running the ball well. It's documented.
Down to week 1 with that defense.
This matchup is more interesting than people think. But
would I bring back Clowney?
Yeah. Let me ask you that, Sky. You my GM. You my free agent.
Priority at all. I would try to get a better defense. There's no knock on. He's 33 years old next year. I don't even think the dude wants to even come to camp. I would just try to get a better defense. I'd try to find my starter opposite of Ezaraku. Right now, Clowney's your starter. That's kind of an issue at this point. And then around July, if Clowney's still hanging around, and now it's camp time, and let's see if we bring him back. But he wouldn't.
Second week of camp.
Yeah, he wouldn't be my priority. I'll be trying to get better, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can always look to get better at that spot. And if the price is right, then bring them back for a cup of coffee.
Hey, I just want to say this, y'all. We went later tonight. We got almost 1,000 people in. It ain't too many people's messing with the collective, y'all. I'm just saying, bro. Sky, I'm just saying, bro. They stayed up late. We cannot do this without y'all. And we also cannot do this. We can't do this without our dynamic sponsors. Sleeper, I'll let them tell you what Sleeper is.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code HMA. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Use code HMA. Call your shot on Sleeper. What a dynamic show. What a dynamic win. Skywalker Steele, Law Nation. We got to the 30-minute mark. Let's get to our topic of the day for me. And I just want to set the table like this. We are not putting these two players against each other on this channel. So I'm just going to tell y'all that right here and now. With that being said, George Pickens had a monster game. Sky, I'll start with you. What are you seeing from the beast? And then Law, jump in as you see fit.
Okay.
He's a perfect compliment, man. I mean, it's like hardly do you ever have such excitement about a player when you obtain them months ago and you say, well, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And it's all happening. Right. To the damn T, right? We ain't got no number 2. We got a 1 and a 1. He's a 1. Yeah. He's perfect energy. His energy. He's a dog. He's a dog. He got hands. He got hands. Sneaky yak. He got yak. Like he is every bit as advertised, man. And I don't even think there's a conversation of paying him no more. It better not be in that building. I don't think it should have ever been. Once he starts showing off, but just I'm happy to see it happen with. We'll see this type of game happen with Lamb on the field too, because at the earlier in the season, Lamb was getting off. Pickens was cool, 75 yards, had the touchdown against the Giants and things like that. And if that happened to go for the rest of the season, they're both 1,000-yard receivers, whatever. But to see, if one night Lamb only gets 7 targets, we know Pick can go for $140.
Right.
And I understand defense, whatever. But just having that type of alpha, Oppo of CD now, man, tears of joy, bro. We've been praying for days like this.
Come on
with CD Lamb. Praying.
You used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this.
Yeah, man. So there's nothing
did you have to shine like this to rhyme like that?
Listen, nothing can knock me off my rocker having these two boys on the field together.
I'm gonna let you go, Law, but the man of the hour has decided to grace us.
Come on with it.
So you know we're gonna go there. I done messed it up. I'm sorry. Let me see. There we go.
Okay, good.
We're gonna do this mid-show. Here's Johnny.
So, how upset are you guys about CD and Pickens not being out there for that first series? They're really
not even close.
Really ruined your
day. We did
day.
with it though.
Well, I told him that you broke the story of why they weren't out there mid-game. I was like, John he is the reporter's reporter.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about that. There were other people that had it too. I just yeah, it is whatever. I mean, it's I'm torn on this. You guys might disagree with me, but like that's what you get with wide receivers.
Yeah.
So
my man spit on somebody and is just gonna blatantly lie like we don't have eyeballs. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
John's coming in hot, Sky. I love it. I needed this energy.
Like so going into that game, that was fresh in my mind, and I was just kind of like, "There's cameras everywhere. Like you're not getting away with this. Just don't lie. Just do the CD thing and just don't comment on it."
Right.
We talked about that. Sky Pickens was like, "Oh no, it was personal."
Yeah, we literally said that. We're like, "Hey,
Stop
Pickens, the cat's out the bag, big dog."
If I'm wrong in this, name another position that it's like this with. I don't go off of 1 week sample sizes. I don't go off of 5-year sample sizes, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Tell me the other situations that where you're just like, there's just always something, and you just gotta kind of deal with it, you know.
It's AJ Brown reading the book.
100%.
Lately, yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
100%.
The reason, so I just said I like Shoddy. I see where you at, John, but to fight you a little bit, I like Shoddy staying consistent and saying, no, I got it. He's sending a message, and I felt the message.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, he had to do something.
Yeah.
It would look. I mean, if they're having team meetings or curfew, and everybody else is there, including guys that are veteran guys as well, it just would be a bad look if these two guys, two of your most important players, aren't there. Like you have to do something, you know.
So what happened? Give us the scoop, John. What happened?
Yeah.
Why?
I think what happened is they went out to. I mean, at least this is the rumor I've heard. I haven't got it from like a great source, but it sounds like they went out the night before. You know, they didn't stay in Vegas. They stayed like probably like when I think of Vegas, I think of like Vegas, being right by the Strip. You know, where there's just and if you've ever been to Vegas, there's a big difference between being on the Strip and then being 25 minutes away. Especially if you go with big groups of people. I mean, there was like several years in a row where I would go out there for that first week of the NCAA basketball tournament before, all this, you could basically bet on your phone. It used to be a big deal to go out there that first week of the tournament,
Right.
And then, so it just like when you have friends that would not book like on the Strip, you're just like, it just ruins everything, And so the Cowboys didn't stay on the Strip on purpose because they did. I stayed at the team hotel last year when they played the preseason game there. They stayed at a really nice hotel, like real close to Allegiant. And so they were like 25 minutes away. So it sounds like they went to like another hotel, probably to hang out. I don't know, do whatever. And it sounds like they didn't make it back in time or something. That's just a rumor I heard. I don't have that like confirmed through the team or anything like that. But it doesn't sound like it's anything crazy like during the week or anything where they're just not showing up at the Star or something like that. But it just made me laugh because Schottenheimer has made a joke a couple times about CD. I mean, not CD, but Pickens being late to meetings in the past, just like in passing or whatever. So I thought that might be what it is, but I don't think it is. I think that they were both together and they went somewhere else, but whatever. I don't think it's a big deal. I just thought it was funny because it happened like right after that big story was all that Jalen Ramsey, Jamar Chase thing. And so anyway, and obviously they balled out, man. Like Pickens was a beast in that game.
Yeah. You know what? We were just talking about Pickens, John. Well, let's get our raw thoughts on Pickens, and then John, I actually just want to ask you too about the temperament in the locker room. But Law, you were about to say, and John, you could talk on it too. How do y'all feel about this dude? Because Sky gave his thoughts. I don't know. I'm out of words for just the type of player he's been this year. Like he's been incredible.
I think that you always needed the duos over here in Dallas, man. It's the Tony Hill and Drew Pearsons, man. It's Alvin Harper, Michael Irvin, right? So it's something that we're gonna always kind of got to have these conversations of what will one look like without the other. Come on, we got two number ones, and I think that Pickens do things that Lamb is not able to do. and Lamb do things that Pickens can't do. And I think it's a perfect match for both of these things to have this union to last forever. Come on, Jerry. Go ahead and ink the paper in with George Pickens, because this is what we need here in Dallas. And we don't want to have this always over the head or shoulder saying, will he be here or will he not? It's up to this front office to go ahead and definitively stand tall and say, Pickens is here to stay. I think that they can make that move right now, because he just brings so much of an element. And when that ball is in the air, it belongs to him. And John and the panel, you can just hear how other teams rave at the way Pickens is able to greet the ball while it's in the air. I heard too many people say those things, and I think he needs to be here for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, he showed you the whole. I had some other writers reach out to me that might have covered him on a previous.
Got the whole Pickens experience.
You got the whole experience yesterday, and I was like, "Yep,
yeah,
yep, I know how that is." But yeah, he's too good of a player. You're gonna miss a curfew or something like that, whatever it was. You just deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, that you just take that with it. As long as he's playing like he is on the field, that just comes with it. And I do think that him and CD have a good, really good bond. And so I don't think that there will be the issues of, one of them reading a book or something in the middle of the game. The other one's not interested or whatever. So as long as that those two can be cool with just some weeks where you're not going to have the same numbers you did the other, whatever, but it's going to be for the better of the team, which it seems like that they're fine with, then yeah, absolutely. You should keep George Pickens around as long as you can. And I get every sense that they will. I don't see Jerry moving on from a wide receiver like that. I just don't see him doing it.
It's kind of funny because we asked for let's bring in a guy. Let's bring in George Pickens, right?
Yeah.
And we get him in. First thing we want to do is, he's better. This guy.
I don't even acknowledge that crap, man.
Yeah. I think that this guy, his numbers last year, I think were right at 900 yards or
I think he had like 7. Last year.
What did he have? I know he's at 9.
He didn't have a very, very, very nice season last year, but I think that he already got
with seven games
crazy
left.
numbers.
I think I read somewhere that he's on pace to be the
15. He's on pace for like 15 and 12.
15 and something crazy. Which I mean,
1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. That's bad radio, but yeah,
he's on pace, and so I just think that what I underestimated was, I say this again, this is the scout in me. I hate it, John. Remember, I was asking you in the summer, how tall is George Pickens? Remember, I kept asking you that, John?
Yeah, 6'3". Yeah, he's a legit 6'3". His
catch radius, different. As far as he's not. So I was thinking about this. What's in vogue now at the receiver position is the route runner, Emeka Egbuka, JSN, even CD, AB, the separation guy, right? I think what may be coming back. You look at Tet. You look at
Tet could get separation though.
No, he can't. I know.
Yeah.
But that was the big. You remember around draft time, Tet can't separate.
That's goofy.
I think that the thing I love about him, Sky, he could just win on a slant route, bro. And he can win on a slant when he's covered.
Yeah.
But he's still open.
It's funny. That dude over there that read books in Philly has a sign in his locker room that says always open. That's really Pick. Like that, that's really Pickens, especially playing opposite of CD Lamb, because he's going to get a ton of one-on-one looks. And if he's one-on-one, it's one and done, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, completely agree. I mean,
the catch radius is incredible, don't get me wrong, but I can just look at a guy that's his size that plays in the NFL without even seeing him play and go, this guy's probably gonna be able to make some high point, big time catches over shorter DBs. The thing that impresses me most about George Pickens is on the touchdown, the cutback. That cutback for a guy that big is not normal. It's really not. I mean,
he had a play like that against
that's true, John.
Washington last year, and I was like, what? It looked like the film glitched. Yeah, this dude is he's like Gumby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, animal. With it. And most wide receivers got catch windows that they can operate out of. this brother got a balcony. So that's just who he is, man. He just that phenomenal.
Go gadget arms.
His yak is, I was looking up on Next Gen. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
His yak is up there. So I think that so I want to talk about deployment. For me, this is what has to happen. I think that because the Raiders were doing things to make sure that CD wasn't going to go crazy. That's what most teams are going to go on with the game plan. Like, let's take away 88 because if he gets going, then we could be in trouble. So they shaded and did stuff like that. Okay, cool. You're going to leave him one-on-one. We're going to make sure that he beats you. And I think that's how it should be. And then when they start keeping both safeties high, you run the ball. And then so that's how it has to happen. It can't be this force feed, CD, force feed. And the good thing about it is you have a quarterback who can get these guys the ball. I mean, some of Dak's best throws to me were the CD yesterday. The layered.
It was some of them. But let me just say this, though, before you go into this one. I think that out of all of the wide receivers, we've seen some type of improvement. I think that we put ourselves in a very strange situation when we send Kevontae Turpin out as routes now. He dropping too many balls, in my opinion. He can't catch contested catches. I think that what we need to do is just keep Kevontae Turpin. If you want to get him involved, put him on end arounds, put him on something whereas you putting a direct handoff to him and tell him get as much as you can, but get out of bounds. If you see a cutback lane, cut back then. But outside of that, I think that Dak Prescott would be a whole lot better if we had utilized Ron Flournoy more in some of those spaces juxtaposed to Kevontae Turpin. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, he probably should go back to the gadget.
I think you're right. Well,
he hasn't proven to be able to be more than the gadget that, like, and it's funny because earlier in the year I'm like, he can be gadget guy and not be a derogatory word, but now he's proven that he can't handle the wide receiver normal duties, and Flournoy has obviously shown you he can. But I think Flournoy can just do more. I wouldn't use him the way you're using Turpin. I would just say, okay, we can eliminate the Turpin short stuff and let Flo get some separation downfield. Let Flo run some deep crossers and use him like you're using the other receivers. Like the Cowboys use their three wide receiver sets back in the day. They're not using Turpin in that manner. Everything for Turp is 15 and under, 10 and under, end arounds, short stuff. And he's dropping because I think he's so damn tiny with stone hands, and Dak isn't throwing softballs to him. He's like, I got to fit this in there because he doesn't have a big catch radius, so he can't just say, let me loft it up. I have to get this into this. It's like throwing to a gnat. You know what I mean? Who can't catch. Yeah. And so now if you bring a Flournoy and you go from 5'6", 5'7" to 6'2", now I don't have to,
the size matters.
Limit myself from a route standpoint and limit myself as a quarterback. So I'm with you, man. He hasn't earned that right to get the regular receiver things. But we'll say this, because a lot of people where I see say, oh, Flournoy's get more snaps than Tolbert or play. He is. Flournoy's your 3, y'all. Like the last month of the season, Ryan Flournoy has out-snapped Tolbert by a mile. And I think Turpin might have 1 or 2 games where you have more snaps than him, but Flournoy technically is your 3. But the problem is we don't have a traditional 3 because you got 2 alphas that are going to get 80% of the target. So it looks weird when you see that, Flournoy only got 1 reception. Well, that's because the other dude's got 15, 16 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's an amazing point, guys. It's almost like, everybody wanted to see, who was Jordan's backup? Oh, man, he made a few buckets. Yeah, he did, but it's still Pippen and Jordan. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
remember that time when they brought in, what's his name? Pete Myers. He was like the guy, like when Jordan went to go play baseball, and they're like, no, he's going to be great. Stop.
Fact. And this guy's point is like, but when you have, like, you legitimately, the way Pickens is playing, you legitimately have 2 top 7 receivers on your roster right now. And so, like, I'm the Flournoy guy.
Yeah.
If those 2 are hot, you don't take the ball out of their hands. Like, they can equally get 15 targets a game, and I'll be cool. And I just think that the Turpin, you're spot on, Law. I just don't think he does receiver things well. Just
Yeah,
I mean, like you've seen flashes of it, but he just not what he does.
And you've been calling for that for a while too.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a knock on him. I just think that
it's not a knock on him.
Yeah, not a knock. We've seen it. And it's cool.
His lane, right? Like we saw what his lane looks like a couple years ago, and they tried to increase it, and it just hasn't worked out.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is, Sky, like you said, Flournoy has worked out, so it's cool. Like it's the one equal the one canceled out the other, and
we ain't starving, brother. We ain't starving at the position.
Yeah.
But Sunday is going to be the real test.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, John.
That's what I'm really looking
for. For who? For the offense?
For the Cowboys passing offense.
I disagree. Can I tell you why, John?
If
we go back to game one.
Let's go for it.
If we go back to game one, John.
Yeah.
With GP in his just first game. Hey, Dak, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Whooping Quentin, but go ahead.
He literally they had no rhythm, none of this rhythm, none of this swagger, and guys were open.
No, I just don't compare to the first game because that first game didn't have a Jalen Carter and Jalen Phillips that are giving you like no time to throw the ball on top of it. Like this is going to be that defense is nasty right now.
But
like,
John, you missed earlier.
Good ball. It is playing good.
It's
going to be a better test than this past week
by miles.
Yeah.
But John, did you see Cooper Beebe? Does he do anything for you as far as like can he stand up, or do we not believe now in Cooper Beebe? Because I do, right? Like I think that a more seasoned and them two being on the same page, I'm excited for this challenge. These receivers should be excited for this challenge. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that like they're going to be completely outmanned. I'm just saying that that's going to tell me a lot more than anything against that Raiders team. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I say this every year. Is that Philly on the schedule? Is number 4 playing? That's the test. Philly is Dak's the test for Philly. Yeah. Not Jordan Love. Not whoever Bo Nix. It's Dak. Because he usually always plays well against them. And week 1 is no different. In my opinion, you don't fumble the ball on the 8-yard line. We score a touchdown right there. CD Lamb probably dropped 75 yards worth of passes in that game.
Miles Sanders
Quinyon Mitchell, whatever they call him, Guantanamo Bay, had at least 2 or 3 penalties in that game. He only called one.
Right, but I'm just going to use the Cowboys as a comp on this real quick. I thought that their corners for the Cowboys looked pretty good against the Raiders. Like things really help when all of a sudden you have a pass rush.
Right.
Quinyon now has Jalen Phillips and Jalen Carter out there. So it's like you just don't have that same time to sit back there. Like that defense that the Eagles have shown since trading for Jalen Phillips is on a different level than that one they saw week 1. That's a nasty defense over there.
That's fair. I mean, they're playing better than they were playing earlier in the year.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm saying.
Can I ask you this, John?
The good thing is that the Eagles' offense been terrible, so that can be the equalizer.
To be honest with you, that watching every snap of their last 2 games, that has amazed me that they've won against good teams with like, can you just imagine how we would be talking if like you used, like we're talking about how we want to see the Cowboys pay George Pickens and to keep him here. They already have those 2 guys paid. And when you watch them play, you're just like, you know, like they're paying them a lot. I mean, everything's working because your defense is great. And I know you don't want to do too much to, your defense is winning you games, but just like, man, if things weren't going, and heck, even one guy isn't happy there. It's very clear. So it is pretty wild, though, that the way that whole situation keeps rolling for them. Because I don't know.
That's the thing about their team is that,
and the head coach, that blows my mind that's working with him. I mean, that's just
the crazy thing is, like, I can't
figure that out at all.
He fits that city, but the wild thing is they have stupid talent from a skill standpoint, but they are just not playing well together. Yeah. So you hope that it stays that way because the defense has found their footing, which was the difference in 22 when the one on that slide. Remember that? Their defense was terrible. Their offense was trying to keep pace and they couldn't. They went on that slide. It's different now. If their defense is going to play this way, they can afford to just figure it out. So I'm hoping that
I see
or be boring. They don't have to really do anything crazy because they're just like, hey, we're not going to do anything to flip the field. And do anything stupid. So, hey, if we go 3 and out, we'll go 3 and out. We'll punt it because we trust our defense to stop anybody.
Yeah.
I want to say this in teasing. We got 800 people here, John. It's been a great show.
I'm ready.
Have we talked about Quinyon Williams?
Huh?
Yeah, we talked about
Quinyon. Oh, yeah, we did. I was going to ask you something too, John, but I'm going to just say this about this Eagles game. Sky, bring your fastball for the film session because I'm bringing one because there's one thing that people aren't talking about with Jalen Hurts and why the passing game isn't working. Mm-hmm. And they have one, and so when I actually watched their tape, I do understand why AJ Brown is upset. I don't think that he's going about it the right way.
Hell yeah.
Like, but he's literally
wanted to be maybe after a loss.
Yeah,
when they're playing bad or something.
Oh God forbid they lose. I'm really curious.
John, this team reminds me. This team reminds me of when the Cowboys were 12-5, but you just saw all the holes and you knew that it was coming at a. Well, here's the thing, Scott.
No, this is why it's not that though, because
I'm gonna tell you. I promise you,
Super Bowl champion.
No.
Everything's great. Just keep it rolling, guys. Like
no, John. I gotta fight you. Me and John. Here's one. Let me fight you, John. Here's why. Remember, that was towards the end when Dallas, that big loss, Tyron Smith. That's when, like, man, the line is getting old. I know Lane Johnson's play forever. He's getting to that point where it's like, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be there, and then. Their interior is not good anymore, John. I'm telling you.
It's not the same, though, Foots. I'm going to fight you because here's why it's not the same. Because it's so damn.
Howie will plug somebody in. Jeff Stoutland.
Obvious. The whole world is talking about how bad the Eagles' offense is. The whole world. Where I was trying to tell Cowboy fans.
I remember that year.
This offense looking weird, but we winning, so nobody cares. I'm like, but I'm just saying it look weird. And then what happens when we get to the postseason? You know, so this is different because they're winning, but they're like, they ain't winning because of that side of the ball.
Yeah.
Well, still, I guess. All right. So this is how McCaffrey.
They do have a new OC every single year.
Every year.
But guess what though, John? Hurts is reverting back to early Hurts. I went back to 2023 where I put something out. If you get him off his first read, his eyes are dropping again, and that's where it's bad. And what I'm saying is true progression football. Man, I just can't wait to talk about this
progression. He can't.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this on Thursday. Just because I have true.
I can't wait either because now I'm getting hyped because I'm thinking about. I said this on my film breakdown. Revel versus AJ Brown, if they really was going to throw the ball like that, would have been so fun in 23. Now I don't even know no more. Revel probably shut him down. I don't even think they're going to even attempt to. I don't know what the hell is going on over there with that quarterback. I don't know. But Devontae Smith, he'll throw 2 YOLO balls to Devontae Smith somewhere in the fourth quarter.
That's what he do
to win the damn game. Like that's just kind of how it's been going. But if this does turn into a, throwback 31-27 type Cowboy game, that and I don't want it to be that high, by the way. But that Revel versus AJ Brown is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, and honestly, Scott, just being real, this is what it looks like when they can't lean on the run game. You got to think about it. They can't just hand the ball off to Saquon and just get chunk plays and he can, sky that RPO, ride the side. Teams don't believe in it anymore. Nobody believes in a run game.
The run game is terrible. I mean, is it terrible? Can I say is it terrible? I don't know where they rank, but man, when I watch it looks bad.
I think it's disjointed because another thing is this guy. How much have you? This is the most I've ever seen them go under center.
This damn Eagle game.
I know
ready.
I'm ready,
bro. I'm ready. I'm
there is something about them.
I'm not trying. Hey, man, this is the one.
This is the one. Though there is something about them though that like, as bad as the offense looks for them, when they really need to do something, they start moving the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like that fourth quarter YOLO ball.
They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl right now for a reason. They find little ways here and there. I mean,
That's what happens when you know how to win. Like that's
100% what it is. 100% that's what it is. And we saw it in Kansas City for several years where it was like, it's not like that. It's, especially after the Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill, they were still winning a lot of games, but it would be these games where you're just like, you just know Mahomes is going to do something late. Like he's going to, now they don't have Patrick Mahomes, but I just think they have so many pieces there.
So many things.
Can I ask you a question, John?
Yeah.
When it's this blatant between a receiver and a quarterback where it's like you can cut through the tension.
Right.
And now there are like substantial reports. At first it was just Rossini. Now like big name Eagles people are coming out saying Nah, there's like a lot of people who are just tired of the offense, and it's because of Jalen Hurts. Like, you've never heard that about Dak Prescott. If it was a one-off, that's one thing, fellas.
Right.
When you hear that it's multiple people, John, that's different, bro. I'm just saying. Like, when there's multiple weapons, because like when I actually heard that Devontae Smith is actually maybe as upset because these guys are getting open. That's the crazy thing about it.
Right.
But the progression is like, I'm gonna tell y'all, and this is just me, and I won't go any further into this game. For the longest, I laughed at people when they said I think that Devontae Smith is on the same level as Jamar Chase. Remember they were in that same draft, brother. He's not as physical, but you talk about a route runner. You talk about run every route. You talk about hands. Devontae Smith is really good. He needs a quarterback, John. Boy, I can't wait to break this game down, bro. I cannot, because I'm telling you, like, that amount of tension, it can either catapult them or a big win, and Dallas could really bury this team, bro. Like,
bury him.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like in a game?
Well, I mean, like,
it can.
That loss can have a bad effect on them, more or less. If we beat
3, yeah, a long way.
They got not facts. Yeah, not for sure. And man, what a great show tonight. Hey, John, I just want to ask you before you go. You were in the locker room. Are the guys good? You know, dealing with the Marshawn stuff. Was the energy lifted? I saw that Shotty got that guy, man. He's handled this.
Man, Shotty, man.
Yeah.
He's handled this like a true, like just like he's been doing this for 20, 30 years as a head coach, bro. I mean, he to stand up in front of that, to command the room the way he does, to command the press conference. You got to imagine he's probably tired. You know what I mean? Hasn't gotten a lot of rest, game planning.
Wakes up to their family. And has to be told his 2-star receivers weren't it. Never. Yeah. No, the locker room I think is good. And I really think that a big factor in that is the bye week. You know, I guarantee you, and see, we didn't have an open locker room. They brought players out last week at the Star, which made sense to me because we really didn't all need to be in there. And then there's maybe players that didn't want to talk about it. So it's like, bring out the players that want to talk about the game, but also honoring Marshawn and that. And so I know that it was tough for them to find out that news when you are on the bye week and everyone's not in Dallas. They're all as you would have been all at the facility if that happened during a regular week. And so I think that Thursday, that Friday, and then that weekend before they got to be back at the facility the following Monday, I think that was really tough for them because there wasn't anything going on for them to all be together. And so I think though, but having that time to get ready for this game and all that, and they had a lot of different like grief counselors and different experts that were in the building and stuff. I think all of that helped a lot to kind of prepare them for, you know, and this is what we're going to do before the game. This is how we're going to go about this and everything. So that as the game approached, you could tell it was more and more like business, you know, like we're taking care of business, you know, this is what we're going to do. And after the game, I certainly got that same feeling, you know, and obviously it helps when you have a dominant win like that. But no, I think the locker room, I think, guys all seem to be in a really good place, at least from what I could observe for the 20 minutes or so that I was in there. So no, they're in a good spot, man. But yeah, it's fun to watch a defense when, because I didn't get to talk about Quentin Williams. So
talk about it, John.
I had my chance, like after the game, I'm like, man, I can write about, because our columnist from The Athletic, Mike Silver, he had told me before, he's like, hey, I think I'm going to write on the Neyland and some of that aspect more.
I read that article. It was good.
Yeah, he's great. And he's super plugged in, you know, he's been covering the league for a long time and stuff. And I was like, yeah, do that. And he's like, so that'll free you up to maybe focus more on just the game, you know? And so when the game's over, I'm just like, man, Dak 4 touchdown pass. I could write about that.
Yeah.
Pickens basically just embarrassing like several members of a defense, making them basically want to quit on top of like the whole whatever curfew, whatever missing meeting things. But I was like, nah, man, I've written so much about the offense, my time covering the team. I'm writing about Quentin Williams. He was just such a monster to me. Like, and I get it. It's the Raiders. I'm not overselling this again. Same thing for them. I'd love to see what he does next week. But like, it's more than just his play on the field. It's just like when you talk to other guys now that they've been around him for a couple of weeks, the way they feel about him, how he's like the leadership type, you know, and all that. And it just, I think like I like Quinnen Williams, like my time being around a very short time, obviously, like just a couple times. Like I like him as a player. I like the way he's wired. You know, he seems like that right type of player. But then it's also just like I've been covering this team for 15 years, and they have not really had any defensive tackle play like that. So it's like you know, when you're at these games, like there's not a lot of times when most of the time I've covered the Cowboys, like I'm looking for 88. You know, because it's then, you know, if it's not Dez, it's CD, or it's Amari Cooper, or it's Dak, or something in the offense. There's just been a few times where I'm like, I got to get binoculars out and watch the middle of this defensive line. There just isn't a lot of time. And he's just wrecking stuff in there.
It was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. It was seriously. I was like, and I point out the thing about because Dak talked about how he's kind of like a match for him with his work ethic, how much he likes being in the building, working on his craft, being like a student of the game, and that. And that's big with me because of the fact that he is 27, going to be 28. And so he's under contract for 2 more years, but he seems like the type of guy to me that, like, I know that there is that little bit of a defensive tackle when you get over 30 and stuff like that. Like, I think he could still be a really good defensive tackle into his 30s, you know? And so that's why I'm telling you, like, I think the way everything is right here, man, I think he could be here for a while. And if he is, man, ton of credit has to go to Aaron Whitecotton, because I don't know if they're that dedicated to making the run at him when they were shopping Micah, and then to circle back, give up a 1 and a 2 at the trade deadline. If they didn't have a guy that was in the building with him in New York, he's telling them, like, no, man, trust me, this guy, ultimate worker, first guy in, last guy to leave, all that stuff. And I think that probably helped a lot. And so that might be like the cornerstone of your defense for the next 3-4 years. So because of that, I mean, that could be huge. Also, defensive tackles don't get paid the elite DN money. So, I mean, they get paid great, don't get me wrong, but they don't get the 40+ million that the DNs are making. And so if Quinnen Williams can stay healthy, man, like he could be a joy to watch for several years to come.
Indeed.
Yeah, man, John, I could tell your excitement. And well, I think we kind of expressed that too. We were talking about just the way him and Kenny Clark played off each other was. We're gonna have a lot to talk about, man.
Chef kiss.
It was really good.
See, so when you said earlier about the test, to me, this defense, like this is and I get it. That offense is struggling, but it's the skill players that is the test for real. Not necessarily scheme or anything like that. I don't think with all due respect to Bowers, who, by the way, is not an easy person to tackle in open space. And the Cowboys made a couple good tackles. I think Logan Wilson had one open space. Deron Bland had one open space. But the skill players, I think, would be the bit. If the Cowboys can go out there and, replicate what they did this past week, I'm not hearing, oh, well, their offense is struggling, because they got skill players that earlier they put up 24 points on you and they scored 3 straight times on you. And that was 24 in the first, half or something like that. They didn't score any points in the second half because that weird delay or whatever. Right. But, so yeah, I'm all for this being the test for the defense. If they do that, I think then you could get uber excited and you can overreact if you want to. But right now, temper it a little bit, but be happy that we didn't see the opposite on Sunday or Monday night.
Yeah, this defensive line is about as fun to watch as, I mean, obviously it was fun when you had Micah Parsons. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but just now that all across the ball with the way Ezraku continues to get better, I think JW and Clowney's been good. And then you have these defensive tackles. You didn't even have Solomon Thomas for this game. He's dealing with a calf issue. I don't have any update on him yet, so we'll find out more tomorrow when they get back to practice if he's able to do anything. But this defensive line, man, it's actually fun to watch.
Deepest defensive tackle room I ever remember in this drought, without a doubt.
What's that?
Deepest defensive tackle.
Room
this drought, without a doubt.
Yeah, and then it's about to get better with Winfrey.
I'm throwing Winfree in.
Oh, you're putting it in.
Yeah, I'm saying
I'm interested in seeing
Clark and Quinnen and Osa, Solomon Thomas, Winfrey. That's unbelievable.
Competition, Sky. You said it. I'm glad that I don't want Osa. I don't want anybody comfortable. I don't care how much you make, whatever. When you see somebody come in the door like a Quinnen Williams, I want you thinking like, man, I better make the best out of every rep. You see J. Toei out there getting reps. Get these guys, make these guys need to know how to do it, because I guarantee you, like you said, John, in that meeting room, Quinn is sitting back like, hey, don't do that. You see how you gave your body up? You see how you didn't play? Don't do that. Yeah. One thing that I took from him, I told Sky about this earlier. He is very intelligent if you listen to him. He was talking about how he wanted to play, he wanted to model his play a lot like after how Marshawn played, because he was like, man, I watched some of Marshawn and like how he was flying to the ball and doing that. He was like, these guys out in here in Dallas are good. So he didn't come in with this attitude of like, it's me. I also caught the question where it was like, how much can one guy do? He's like, oh, no, it's not one guy. We have to be in play as a unit. We have to play together. We have to push each other. So he what you're saying about the veteran stuff, John, you're right. You can build out this defense around this guy. He's that good, you know.
Well, I mean, and the one guy thing, and I did love his answer to that too, where he said this isn't golf, this isn't tennis.
Yep, not golf, yeah.
But I also say that look at his experiences though too.
Yeah.
Because I always say that, like, I'm not some draft expert, but there was a time under Nick Saban where I was like, I don't think it's just a layup to draft these Alabama guys, because they play with all other good players. So what are you really like? Everybody's good around them. And so he comes from Alabama where that was the case. Then he goes to the Jets where it's just like, so I'm sure he's seen both ways where it's just like, no, it's not going to be just me and one other person. Like, we need at all three levels, we need playmakers if we're going to be an elite defense. That doesn't happen in the NFL. And let's just be honest. I mean, as I'm finishing up writing last night at Allegiant, it was a blast. Like, I love any of the open air press boxes. I mean, and it was super loud in there and everything, but you know, no one's in there. And there's like, maybe, you know, there's some people cleaning up the stands or whatever. There's maybe one or two other writers. And I'm just sitting there trying to finish up the story. And I look up and it's like on all the big boards in the stadium were like teasing to their next week game. And it's just Raiders and Browns. And all I'm thinking of is that meme where it's that Bugatti in the driveway.
Right.
In the car. In the carport.
When I'm looking at those two helmets, I'm just thinking, man, Myles Garrett and Max Crosby, like, you want to talk about, you can't do it by yourself. Like, I'm just like, man, I feel for those guys so much that, like,
I'm glad
they're just so good, but it's like, it doesn't matter, especially in football. Like, you have to have so many good players for you to be a good team.
Yeah.
Sky,
for the people in the back.
Sky, you a Lakers fan. What's my boy Reed? Who's the guard? White boy. He's killing right now. Not Lucas.
Oh, Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
Reed. I'm like, who's Reed?
If he was in Minnesota, would anybody care what he was doing?
No,
with the Timberwolves?
No.
Not to this nature.
He's playing good. You know what I mean? So it matters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even just playing with, I don't know if that was your point, John, but
to further your point,
yeah,
I don't know. I didn't fact check this, but this is crazy if true. Quinnen Williams, this is only the second time in his career he's won a game by double-digit points.
Wow.
And he's been on the other side of that 39 times.
Wow. That is a great stat.
And that was from Mike on Twitter. Burger Blitz. I didn't fact check it though, but literally is exactly what you're talking about, John. A Bugatti underneath the trailer.
That's who Quinnen Williams was too.
And I mean, I don't want to say that. I mean, because I say it about the Raiders, but I mean, like, I think Brock Bowers is a great player. But then also, like, when Quinnen Williams was in New York, they obviously had Sauce and they had a couple other pieces.
Had some good runs, some good.
Yeah, but nothing like he had at Alabama.
Yeah.
No. But I'm glad Quinnen said that, because fans need to hear that sometimes. It's too often it's just one player, two players. Nah, man, this is not basketball.
Right.
53.
He was very stoic.
And the GM. And you know what I'm saying? The whole operation has to be aligned with one. Has to be, and good.
All right, guys.
What do you guys think of the corner play?
We loved it. We were talking about Revel and Carson in this game at Bland. It was probably the best of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
again, next week the test, right, with the skills. But
I just did a video on it, and to me, I'm okay with just catch tackle. It just can't be catch 10, you know what I mean? Catch yak and then the next play
catch
touchdown.
nobody within 5 yards.
I was about to say, how about we not
Guys,
have people
younger.
running wide the hell open behind you? You know, that's good.
But Sky, I mean, seriously, you pointed out the point. You made a great point about like, bro, Kalen Carson played a lot of zone at Wake Forest. So he's fine with the like, and I tell people all the time, and I'm gonna stand by this. Man, defense is not easy, y'all. Like, go ask any defensive back coach. These guys don't grow on trees that you could just say, hey, go lock him, go run around with him all game, go play like you just
but it's
can't
the same
do
for
that.
the flip though, right? Because if you got a guy who is predominantly a man guy like that, it's not as easy to tell him to turn his brain on to be 95% and not just basic zone. You just spot drop. Nah, it's hey man, 2 turns to 1, and you also got a crosser. Then things got to switch. Like I think it was Ryan Clark who talked about what Dick LeBeau did. Everybody couldn't run Dick LeBeau's defense, and it was a lot of zone defense, and they had to pick up stuff in the middle. So I think you're right in that. Man, ain't easy to run with some of these best dudes, but you could do the inverse if you're not built for it. I don't personally think that Carson's built to play run with a guy all game. Yeah, I don't think he is. I think he's built, or at least he's showing in the first 2 games. He recognizes, he sees, he has a high IQ, he has a click, a nice, closing trigger where he can get down on the ball or the pass. But you see the difference with Revel closing on guys.
I was Sky, get out. I was just about to say, bro, Revel is the one where I'm like,
he moved.
Let me tell you something. The reps that he got, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Like, you might be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to contain myself. I got Steve next week.
Bro, I put it to you like this.
Boy, he moved different.
The way he can flip
with a knee brace on.
With the knee brace on.
Did he have it on? Because
he just
didn't have it on.
Yeah, like and same thing with
Overshown.
I think they were like underneath they're not like a typical like the big bulky one that like you'd see like basically Tyron Smith wearing on his elbow, but no, like it was like one that like I went under like the pants and the socks, I guess. But he definitely was wearing it. He plans on wearing it all season
with the knee brace.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this about Revel, and I promise we're going to bed because I'm tired. I'm tired, John. I blame this on you, John. Just
I apologize.
This is going, John. Listen, Sky, the way he can turn and run, if he can keep doing that, just that, you might have something in 34. By the way, 34 is such an ugly number.
I gotta get that up off him.
Sky, why they do that to my boy, bro?
Everybody took the other numbers, I guess, but he got to get that up off him next year.
You think 34 is worse than 41?
I gotta come up off him too, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of growing on me.
No, as a Rocket needs a single digit.
That joint be messing me up every time I see 41. Oh, that's right. That's his.
What Terrence Newman doing out there?
Hey man, what a great show. You guys get your rest. We got a loaded show on Thursday. This is the slate this week. This will easily be the most watched game this weekend. And so we're gonna have you guys prepare wall to wall for this Philly game. I'm excited to talk about it. And I think that listen to Dak and listen to these guys, they're ready for this. Like Dak, bro, did y'all see him on SVC? I know we got to go. Dak was off the man. What? We ready? Yeah. We running the table. Like I love when Dak is like this. I don't want him tight. Like, bro, go out there. I don't care if you throw a pick. I don't care, bro. I don't want you tight. I don't want sweaty Dak. He was like, man, we Scott, you know we ready for this game. Like his energy.
I told you, does he see Philly on the schedule? And is he playing? Look, I know all jokes are gonna fly in the chat because people hate Dak. If Dak had to play the Eagles in the playoffs, all the confidence I would have every single day.
Why do you think that is, Scott? Before we go, I
don't know. You have to ask him, but it's just something about when he plays Philly over the last like 7-8 years of his career. It's just
the only problem is with Philly is that they have the best GM in the NFL. So every time you keep playing them, they have like new pieces that they keep adding in there. So that's why it's like there's just not a lot of the carryover where it's like, well, it's just.
And every year with new pieces, he just seems to.
I mean,
figure it out.
I'm telling you right now, I'm already kind of annoyed by this Jalen Phillips addition.
Well,
this could be the one that puts.
Hey, look, hold on,
that was the one I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, you may be annoyed, but I bet you they annoyed with the Quentin Williams edition.
That's
and not having Lane Johnson. They got a sketchy interior offensive line right now. So
I don't know if they worry about the Cowboys right now with just the way that they started the season. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that like when they make that move, they're looking at like, Green Bay, Detroit, probably the Rams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. I mean, you scored 10 points in 13, and you only
Yeah. And this for John.
This is actually a really good one, too,
Good
by
one.
the way. This
All
is,
right,
this
we
is
will
for
see.
John. You got to
We will
remember
see.
how Dak handled Micah quick rushes. So, underrated, I know we got to go, but this is an underrated part of Dak's game that I've loved.
That's different. Mike is outside. Oh boy,
Yeah, Carter is A-gap rushes.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
I love Dak's footwork this year in the pocket. Like, I don't think that he's a runner, but what he's doing is he's very sneaky with stepping up, stepping through, keeping plays alive. He's been good.
Brady-esque when it comes to that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's standing tall, Sky. It's a skill. Oh, goes, yeah, John. Yeah, we're gonna really celebrate Jared Goff, who looks like a statue back there. Jared Goff has no pocket awareness.
None.
It sucks.
Well, not only pocket awareness, just if anybody gets around,
Cement in his shoes, bro.
Yeah, I hate that, John. Like I teach my young quarterbacks.
The thing, the trade-off is though, from Dak though, is that if you put like that elite offensive line in front of Goff that he had like the last couple of years, like he can. It doesn't matter like where he's at. He can be surgical, but it has to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be perfect in the pocket where like he can just sit there and just look at his progressions or whatever like that. Like but as soon as you get just even anybody close to him, I mean, he's going right down to the ground. Like there's not any fight. There's not really like any stepping up in the pocket or anything. Like it's ugly.
And that's why McVay was okay with moving off of him because he was like, I'm good with this. I can do so much more with a quarterback. And if you think about it, Stafford isn't running. Stafford's not running, but
Stafford can move. Yeah, he used to be able to move like a little bit better.
He's also on a different level than all these dudes, to be honest with you. Like especially since like now that Tom Brady's not in the league, like he's the one on that level for me. Like where just the stuff he sees, the things he does, like he's getting better with age, man. He's
that's why him and JT, the MVPs right now. I think they're going back and forth.
Hey, we say that.
Right
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Seattle really did a good job on him. But with all the interceptions that
defense,
with all the interceptions that Darnold threw in the short fields.
See, that's the thing. No matter how amazing you are, if you have an elite defense, you're going to make that quarterback. That has been proven in history of football. You don't say defense wins championships for a reason. You can be the greatest quarterback of all time. If you go up against an elite defense, I don't care how good you are. You're going to struggle.
Oh, this past Super Bowl is the best example of that. We've never seen Patrick Mahomes look
perfect example. So
never have seen him look like
if you got 17 of those defenses on your schedule, cool. But if you only got 3 of them, you're going to look all world against the other 14 teams, bro.
Yeah.
No, for sure. All right. We're out for real this time. We love you guys. We will see you on Thursday. Let me make sure I get this one too. All right. Thank you, Johnny Blue.
Oh, yeah. Thursday, yo.
We will see you guys. Thank you guys for sticking in there with us. 700 strong at 11 o'clock at night. And we love you guys, and we can't do it without you guys. Much love to you all. Peace.
Peace.